Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. I'm just waiting for you. So
Hello.
I'm extremely sorry. Hello.
Yeah, can you just hold on for a minute? I mean, one of my friend also wants to join. I mean,
Oh,
I have
Yeah,
one of my
join
friends
Abhishek.
here.
I have joined.
okay,
Yeah, I
no.
mean, one more person wants to join. Just give me 1 minute, okay?
Okay, no problem. Just take your time. So I'm extremely sorry. The participant was expecting to conduct the session in Bangla, and that's why I keep their request and keep you holding. Actually, hardly I get participant from international side, and that's why it's really creating a lot of chaos that some participants are from Bangla because they are preferring Bangla language because the English is sometimes not so popular or familiar with them, and that's why I need to keep their promise. Okay, so what is your expectation from me today? Can you share me even just a few words?
Yeah, actually, we have very limited knowledge in Excel. Like few functions we just know, and we just want to do, add on some additional functions in our bucket list so that it will help us in our professional life.
Yes, sure.
We want to get a fair idea of
Yeah, idea.
basic tips and techniques which we can use in our daily business
Basic
projects.
functions, VLOOKUP, pivot tables,
Yeah.
HLOOKUP. You know.
Yes, all right, Sam. So let me share a file with you so that our discussion can be much more in details. So can you share my screen right now?
Yes, I
Yeah.
can see yours.
Okay, thank you very much. So this is actually the brief introduction to Microsoft Excel in a nutshell. Okay, this is also the name of my YouTube channel name, Excel in a nutshell. But this is actually the basics of Microsoft Excel all in one. Okay, so just look at this. All our things are available here. But what the thing you have just talked, these are the some power tools of Microsoft Excel. Okay, just let me zoom it out. So Excel table, pivot table, Power Query, Power Pivot, Power BI. These are really very powerful tools, and these are the totally segregated sections. So if you take some time, say for about you have allocated 10 days for learning Microsoft Excel. So all the function will take only 1 or 2 days to learn. These are the option: cut, copy, paste. These are the some vocabularies. So all our other options will take only 1 or 2 days. But
I guess we are having some network issue.
network issue. You can't hear you right now. Hear me? Maybe
Your
internet
voice
speed may
is.
be a little bit slow here. Uh,
Mhm.
okay, we can also communicate through chat box. Okay, so these are actually vocabulary, but these options, Excel table, pivot table, Power Query, these are really different degree, I will say. So it will take really a big time to learn, but we'll discuss one by one. And you have already told me that add-in, so we can use some customized add-in from directly downloading from internet, or you can make it customized also. Say just look at 1 or 2 things. I can take blank sheets. So here I want to input some serial. So just let me show you 1 or 2 things. So this is a button, customized button that I have prepared using some VBA code. So if I hitting down here 50 and just clicking OK, so it is going to keep me a serial by this add-in button. So if I want to count down the workbook or worksheets, so I can easily do it just hitting here. The total number of sheets in this workbook are 10, but these are not available on default system. So what you have to say, customized add-in, this can really help you renaming multiple sheets. So these are also some available options. Okay, so one by one we will explore, no problem. Just stay with me, and if I could conduct 5 or 6 sessions with you, then it will be really very clear and a good foundation. So we can start from the very basic. Okay, so what do you think? Basic will be okay or not?
I mean, basic means what? I mean, what exactly you're gonna cover
Basic
in basic?
means say you
Like
have a
we are
clear
aware what is sheet, what are cells, what are rows, columns. We are aware of all these things.
all this, you are familiar.
Yeah,
Okay.
we know all these things. Yeah, we
Oh,
just want to know. I mean, the formulas, the VLOOKUP, pivot tables, and whatever other formulas.
okay,
Basic we are
okay.
aware. Yeah.
Basic way. Okay, take it. So then I can start from the using formula. Okay, so then it will be clear to all. So these are actually sheets where all the formula are available here. So but if I want to give you a brief introduction about Microsoft formula and functions, so we can learn Microsoft Excel formula right? Three different ways. The first of all, if you want to know a formula, then definitely you will have to go it by typing A to Z alphabet. Say some formula start with letter A. The font is a little bit small. Let me make it large. So if I select a cell and I want to execute a formula, definitely I will have to know the name of the formula. So I can just type A, you are getting formula with A. If you're typing B, you are getting formula B. With C, with V. Just these are the alphabetical allocation. So this is one of the way how we can get the name of formula. Then we'll have to know how to utilize formula and for what purpose. So if you want to know what is the purpose, then we'll have to go to the formula tab, because the formula tab has allocated all the formula in a combined manner for a common purpose. Say financial formula. So all our formula are used for using financial formula. So logical, text, date and time, we lookup and reference, math and tricks, and more functions. There are also some subcategories. So all of them, if I use all the formula, I have collected all the formula from Microsoft Excel 2010. So it has near about 386 formulas. But if we consider the different professions, so what are the professions available? Say one guy is from accounts and finance, one is from sales, one is from quality personnel, one is from HRD. So considering all the profession, Microsoft Excel has designed their formula for all professionals. So first you will have to define, say what are the formula really required for you. Okay, so I can show you on another sheet just here. So here I have tried to make some personalized categories. So what do I mean by personalized category? Say you need near about 100 formulas among the 385. So first you'll have to decide what are the formula you really require. So what is the field you are actually working on. But there are some basic formula. So I will say if a person know about 120 formulas, then I think this will be cover all of them. If I do kind of segregations, these are required and these are not required. So how we can do that? It is your job. Okay, just select all the formulas. I can share you this sheet, or you can also choose from here and there, and you can also just make it color. So this formula is required to me, or this formula not. So first thing is that please segregate this area. So these are the required to me, these are required to me, these are required to me. Okay, just select near about 100 formulas, then start learning one by one. So how I can learn that? So if you want to apply a formula, then definitely you'll have to know what is logical argument, or it is also called syntax. So you'll have to understand what is syntax. So if I want to give you an example, some formula does not require any syntax. Say row. So it does not require any logical arguments, but it will give you a value. Similar is column. Okay, column, and I can just hit enter. It is expecting no argument. Similar is now. I just want to type now. So now is a formula that does not require any logical arguments, but it is giving me some value. Some expect argument. Say counter. Count is a formula to count the text value in a area. So it is expecting some values or some range. Okay, so this has one logical argument. Just a simple logic. Just you will have to give a value by a separated comma. Say D1, comma, this one, comma, this one, comma, this one. I can separate it using comma, or just I can use a range. So how can I select a cell? So I think this is also very popular to you, how to select some area, some column, rows. So if I select this area, among the values, how many text are there, it will give me here using a formula. And if I go further, say logical argument having two parts, then I can go for large. Say I have some value, say 46, or I can just drag and drop to make a little bit increase. It is not increasing, just I will have to make some differences. Not 81, it should 86. Then and drag and drop, so I can make some values. Okay, so I want to calculate the third position among the values. So how I can do that? I can use large. Large is a formula, and I am selecting the range or array. Then third position, I am just inputting 3. So here I have applied 2 logical argument, then bracket close. Okay, enter. So I am getting third value. Among the third value, this one, 1 2 3, or from downside 1 2 3. So this is third one. So third one I am getting by using 2 logical argument. Similarly, if we want to apply formula having 3 logical arguments, then how I can do that? Say I want to highlight this portion having the background color, and I want to do it sum if, math and trick. Sum if formula, it's have 3 logical arguments. Sum if, then here it's telling me first you'll have to select the range. So here is my range, and during applying formula you'll have to learn what is reference. The reference actually has 3 different types. The first one is relative, so without having no lock actually using $sign. I can do it from keyboard by hitting F4, function F4. Just if I hit, this portion has $2 sign, that means the row and column both are locked. It will not going to change if I drag and drop or move it any places. If I just select this one and hit F4, it is also locked. If I press again, then row is locked, column is open, then column is locked, row is open, then both are open, all are locked. So these are relative, absolute, and hybrid combination of cell locking. So I will explain it later. Just I am giving you some example how many different types of formula is there in Microsoft Excel. So first I have used the range, then it's asking me criteria. So I'm selecting this one, then it is expecting some range. That means the column having values. So here this is the values actually. So I have selected it. I can lock it also. Then I'm going to close the bracket, hitting enter. So this is the sum if formula. It has 3 logical argument. Similarly, if I want to bring out the value financial respective value, then how can I get it? I can get it VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP is a formula that expect VLOOKUP. So this is my lookup value, and this is my array. I'm going to select this one. I can also again going to lock it, then my comma and the column index. Column index actually the position from the starting point. So this is my starting column, and respective with that this is second column. So I'm not going to select this one. I will have to type the 2, the chromo of the index of the column. So second is my expected value. Then I'll have to input fourth logic, approximate max or exact max. So 0 is for approximate max, or I can just simply double click on exact max. So it will give me false. False and 0 are similar. Then I'm going to close the bracket and hitting the enter. So this is giving me the VLOOKUP value against financial. It's going to show me the fast math. This is some limitation. So this was a brief introduction of Excel formula. So Excel formula can be segregated using A, B, C. Then the depending on formula here, that means different categories: text, date and time, look and reference, math and trick, and then this type of isolated formula depending on your need. But if you want to apply this in Excel formula, then you'll have to understand logical arguments. So logical argument can have with a formula maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, and in some cases there are 4 different formulas, 4 different logical arguments. Another complexity of Microsoft Excel formula that you can nest a formula. Nest a formula means, say here I have used this VLOOKUP formula, but by using without using 2, I can use column. There is a formula to count down the index. So COLUMN. So columns are actually these 2. So I can select just single row, then I can close the bracket and hitting the enter. and this time I'm expecting the same value. So that means this actually means there will be lots of formula in a nested condition. Nested condition means there will be multiple formula in a single cell. Here VLOOKUP, COUNTIF, and so on. There may be so many formula in a single cell. It has no limitation. So near about 32,000 character you can use in a single cell. So if you want to, yes, how? Sorry.
What this column formula do?
Column formula do actually the how many columns are there, they count. Say here I have choose this 3 cell, so it include E, F, G. So this is going to give me the number of columns. If I use column, COL, just hitting double click or just keyboard from down and then tab, then if I select the portion, this consists actually 4 columns and it's going to give me the value 4. That means I have selected. Okay, so this is actually the number of columns, and in a VLOOKUP formula, as I'm going to call up this one, actually this is the first column will be 1, then this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. If I count by number, then I will have to count this way, but without counting I can use a formula. So this can be as a nested manner. So I can give you another example. So here I have used some of the formula, then I'm going to make it average. So average is a formula. You will have to know how to write down average. It is the name and formula are same, but in many cases name and formula are not same. Say lane, LEN, lane actually length. So here is the first 3 letter, and some cases you will get different names. So I'm going to show you average. So average actually AV average. So I'm going to do average from that value. So bracket, closing brackets. So this time I have got complete number, but consider that it has some fractions. So this time I'm going to have some fractions. So if I expect there will be less fraction number, that means I'm expecting just only 1 digit after the decimal place, then I can use different formula called round. So there will be different types of round down, round up, M round, integer. So this time I'm just going to use rounding formula. So round actually stand for making, if there are any decimal places 1 or 2 and that is more than 4, that means 5 and up to 9, it will increase 1 position, and after the decimal place how many digits you are expecting you will have to mention here. So just I write down 1, as I have only 2, I'm just going to drop only 1. So that's why I have taken only 1, and if I hit enter, then I'm expecting here only 1 digit. If I expect no digit, then I can use integer. INT actually stand for integer. It will give me only complete number. So this time it is expecting no digit after decimal places, that's why there is no option, and if I hit enter, then I can get the complete number. Say if I want to apply another formula, so this time I want to going to apply if formula. If this total value is greater than 0, then it is going to give me a value. So this is positive value. I'm just writing positive value. If it doesn't satisfy the condition, it will give me nothing else. I'm just writing a message, nothing else. So I'll have to close the inverted comma, then I'll have to close the bracket. So this time I have changed the value to a text. So that means I've used a formula. So in this way I can make some nesting. That means more than one formula. You can use also the in a cell different formula in a single cell. That means say I have just make average, then I want to do all the things max, mean, average in a single cell. So then what I can do, I can use the first I am going to use average. Okay, average among this area. Okay, and I'm going to make max. This one is max among the cell, it will give me the max value, and I'm going to mean. Again mean. I'm just trying to show you that the different types of formula can be applied in a single cell. So if I hit enter, you are going to have so many values, but it is not possible to identify all the cells. Okay, so the value. But if I want to distinguish this, I have two different ways. Say I want to use a break line. Break line, that means I'm expecting this value in a segregated rows. So I can use a formula character 10. So char is actually stand for character 10. This is the formula actually used for creating a break line. So I have used this one. So I need 2 break lines as I have only 3 values. So I'm just making it copy and pasting it here again. And if I hit enter, it is expecting, oh, that means I have used 2 different and in a similar position. Char and now it's okay. So this time if I make it wrap text, what is going to happen? It's giving me 3 different results from this calculation. If I want to add text with this value, then I can also text add, this is average, colon and space, and now I'll have to use, just I'm adding formulas with one another. Then in front of this I'm writing max, and in front of mean I just want to add mean. This time if I hit enter, it's going to show me the name and its calculations. Average, I've made the mistake in spelling average, average. So I have made it corrections, average. So this is the nesting formulas. I have applied 3 different formula. If I going to change
we can combine any formula by using ampersand.
And
Okay. And character 10 is used to segregate, the answers.
Yes, segregate the answer. It is creating some break line. That means say I have write down my name. Say just I have write down my name and again alt enter. It's going to create another line. Your name. Alt enter. Their name. So this way I can
use character 10.
Yes. But I can do it by using alt enter, and without using alt enter, if I want to use it in formula, then this is actually used for character 10. Okay. Another way is that you can use some space, blank space. Say without using character, I'm just trying to use reft. There is a formula for making some text and number repetitive. So I want to make repetitive. That means I want to make space and repetitive, say 5 times. So I'm 5 times, I have just hit enter. Then so this time if I remove it, so it's creating some space between the formula. This time one will be break line and another will be having space. Just between these two there is a 5 space there, so that it can segregate different calculations. So I can make it here replace with another one, this character, again paste and hitting enter. So there are the segregations, and I have similar formula, the 3 different formula, but they are looking different. If I change the value here, I have just changed, and I can use a range between the formula which is used to generate different numbers in a small area. So I have used 2 ranges, control enter. So it is creating different numbers randomly. So look at this, the value 24, 41, 29. If I hit F9, refresh, it's changing. So 3 different formulas working in a simultaneous way. So in this way I can create some nesting. I can use different formula in a single cell, and in a single cell different formula as a whole. So what I've showed in my earlier formula, so different formulas here, if formula, int formula, round formula, but this is working as a whole formula, single one formula in a cell, but multiple. But this time the formula are different, 1, 2, 3, not 3, 4. So if I really want to apply this in a practical manner, say I am attending a class. So I want to count how many words are there in this sentence, but in this cell. So I can use a formula. So this formula is actually called len, and it is better to use trim if there are additional space. So now I'm going to trim first, then lane, and I'm going to again use lane. After substitute, after substituting, substitute is a formula, that means I'm going to remove all the spaces. But after doing replace, I'm trying to use trim formula. Then so trim, I have made trim, then my substitution is a space, and again I'm going to without any space. So finally I have replaced all the substitutions. So here the first bracket for trim, second bracket substitute, and another bracket I will have to use for length formula. Finally there will be a logical calculation. If there is only one space, the number will be 2. That's why I will have to use only 1. So this is a formula that is used for practical purposes. Say I want to go and count word in a sentence. So here if I remove rest of the part, so this time I'm going to have only 2. If I'm going to add only one value, then it's going to make it 3. If I create some spaces, it's going to give me 4. So this is actually the formula having in a nested manner. So you'll have to understand all the logic. So have you got any introduction about Microsoft Excel formula? Is it really useful for you or not?
Yes, it is useful.
Yes. So thank you for your comments. So should we continue right now, or I'm expecting that, as I've already attended 2 sessions in Zoom, so I'm expecting that I'm going to close it right now, and in a separate session I can join with you. You can share your WhatsApp number and similar to me, so that we can communicate and arrange a session. On ad hoc basis I arrange session very frequently, so you can join with me. So my number is actually, for Bangladesh you'll have to use 88017237477326. Just send me a text using this number to me, and I will add you in my WhatsApp group, so that directly I can communicate with you and arrange a session by settling a time. So it will be very useful for me, because hardly I get participants from international sites, and that's why the mashup is happening. But if I get sufficient response, then I can arrange a separate session in English and either in Bangla. So it will be very helpful for me. Also, you can share your expectations as the same topic I'm going to discuss.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you.
Hello.
Please continue. Yeah, I can hear you. Please continue. Who is there? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I guess you're on mute. You're on mute.
Maybe, yeah. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, so that unintentionally I just hit that button and I didn't notice it. So we can create a group and then we'll proceed. So,
Okay, sure.
so all of you are from India or in different region? So can
You
you
are
give
from
India.
all are from India? So really I'm happy to have such a nice session. So will you join in my next session if I arrange?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Okay. Okay, so then I'm going to share you some credential and timing, and then in later web. I have another session tomorrow, but I'm going to announce it in Bangla, so I can share you in a different time. So maybe it can be on 3rd November, 3rd November 10 p.m. So time 10 p.m. is okay for you, or it is difficult?
Yeah, 10 p.m. is fine.
Okay,
PM.
so our another tentative session will be arranged on 3rd November 10 p.m. if there doesn't happen any changes in my mind and also my work schedule. So I'm going to take another session on 3rd November.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so then stay well.
Yeah. You too. Thanks a lot.
Thank
You
you,
too.
thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you, bye.
Good night.
Good night.